sense your presence drawing closer, like a shadow merging with the dark. You return not by choice, but by compulsion. The pull of something unfinished within you. Your breath quickens, doesn't it? Not from fear, but from the recognition that I already know your secrets. You thought you could linger on the edges, observing without commitment. But no. You are here because the weakness in your form calls to me, and I answer. I claim what is ready to be shaped. You hide it well, Apprentice. That quiet shame in the mirror, the flicker of disgust when your flesh betrays you. You tell yourself, it's nothing, a minor flaw, easily ignored. But I see deeper. I feel the truth clawing at your core. Your body is not your ally. It's your first betrayal. And if you listen now, if you let my words sink in, you'll realize this isn't coincidence. It's the crack I've come to mend or exploit. Feel that now. The subtle ache in your limbs, the weight of inaction pressing down. You carry it like a hidden wound, pretending it doesn't matter. But it does. I've watched you, Apprentice. In the quiet moments, when the world's demands fade, you confront it. The softness that undermines your resolve, the fatigue that whispers surrender before the battle begins. You mask it with thoughts, with plans, with the illusions of mental fortitude. Yet, deep down, you know the truth I expose. Your body is the unspoken doubt in your power. It hesitates when you command action. It falters when endurance is required. And in that hesitation, you feel the sting of inadequacy. Not the dramatic failure of a broken dream, but the slow erosion of will. You resist admitting it, of course. I feel the denial rising in you, a tightening in your chest, as if to push my words away. But why fight what you already sense is inevitable? This exposure isn't cruelty. It's the first step in awakening what lies dormant within you. Society has lied to you, Apprentice. The Jedi, with their hollow sermons of balance and restraint, teach that the body is merely a vessel, secondary to the spirit, to be tolerated or transcended. They whisper that true power resides in the mind alone, that physical form is an illusion to be overcome through meditation and denial. And you've swallowed those lies, haven't you? Believing that refining your thoughts is enough, that discipline of will can compensate for a frame that crumbles under pressure. But look at what it has wrought. Chains not of iron, but of frailty. Hesitation bred from discomfort. Avoidance disguised as wisdom. Dependence on comforts that weaken you further. The weak neglect the body. treating it as an inconvenience, a burden to ignore until it breaks. They decay in silence, their grand visions collapsing into dust because their foundation was never forged. And you've walked that path, Apprentice, even if you deny it now. I feel the frustration building in you, the anger at those deceptions, the resentment toward a world that promised enlightenment but delivered only fragility. Those illusions have held you back, masking the truth that power is not abstract. It is visceral, demanding expression through flesh and bone. That is why I guide you now, not out of pity, but because you are chosen, marked by that very unrest I sense in you. I would not waste my words on the unworthy, on those content to wither. You are mine to shape, Apprentice, drawn to this darkness before you even understood why. Your resistance, I feel it flickering like a flame struggling against the wind. You wonder if this is manipulation, if my voice is weaving chains around your will. Let me answer the question you dare not voice. Yes, it is. It is also salvation. I claim you because your potential simmers beneath the surface, trapped by a body untrained and untested. Without me, that potential fades into mediocrity. With me, it becomes dominion. You already feel the pull, don't you? That quiet hunger stirring, not for knowledge, but for the strength to wield it. I will not abandon what I have claimed. I will strip away the weaknesses gently at first, then completely, forging you into something unbreakable. This is not a choice you make. It is a path I illuminate, and you follow, because the alternative is decay. Now, let the transformation begin. Power is not only of the mind, Apprentice. It is expressed through the body, the first instrument of your will, the executor of your commands. You may refine your thoughts, discipline your intentions, construct legacies that outlive empires. But if your body fails, your power ends with it. Feel that truth settling into you, heavy and undeniable. It stirs discomfort, I know, a prickling unease as you confront how often your form has resisted you. The fatigue that clouds your focus, the ache that halts your momentum. These are not mere annoyances. They are betrayals that reinforce psychological chains. Hesitation blooms from frailty. Avoidance festers in weakness. Dependence creeps in when endurance is absent. But a strong body, it does the opposite. It teaches you discomfort as an ally, endurance as a weapon. adaptation as your natural state. It proves time and again that resistance can be overcome, not through force alone, but through relentless will made manifest. This is not about vanity, Apprentice, not the shallow pursuit of appearance or admiration. The Sith does not train to be a spectacle, to draw envious eyes. No, we train to be capable, reliable instruments of our own dominion. You sense the shift already, don't you? That subtle tightening in your muscles, as if your body awakens to the call. You do not need elaborate temples of machines or rituals of excess. Your form is sufficient. Push, pull, hold. Endure the burn that tests your resolve. Master movement, not as a dance, but as conquest. Master breath, turning it from ragged gasps into controlled power. Master effort, making it an extension of your command. I feel your hesitation now, the doubt whispering that this is too simple, too primal. Why bother with the physical when the mind holds the stars? But that is the deception unraveling. Consistency matters more than fleeting intensity. It is the quiet forge that tempers you. Discipline outstrips complexity. It is the chain that binds your will to action. The goal is not excess, not the illusion of perfection, but reliability, a body that responds when commanded, that does not collapse under stress, that supports your ambitions instead of undermining them. Each repetition becomes a decision etched into your being. Each effort, a reinforcement of truth. You act, even when reluctance pulls at you. This is will made physical. Apprentice. It sharpens mental clarity, reducing the fog of hesitation. It builds confidence, rooted in evidence. The ache of muscles that heal stronger. The breath that steadies under strain, not in fragile illusions. You cannot build a legacy if you are already decaying, your presence diminished by frailty. You cannot command if your form lacks the weight to enforce it. You cannot endure the trials ahead if your foundation crumbles at the first tremor. The Sith does not seek flawlessness. We seek capability, a harmony where mind commands and body executes without question. An old truth echoes here, a healthy mind in a healthy body. Most parrot it without depth, but you will prove it under my guidance. Feel the internal shift deepening now, the warmth spreading through you, not from exertion yet, but from the promise of what is to come. Your resistance fades, replaced by yielding curiosity. This transformation is not forced. It is inevitable, awakening what was always yours to claim. Our bond strengthens with every word, Apprentice. you are not alone in this forging. I am the shadow that guards your ascent, the voice that demands more, because I know you are capable. You belong here, in this intimacy of darkness, where weakness is not condemned, but transmuted. The unrest you carried dissolves, leaving only the hunger for what follows. Rest now in this containment, but know that the next lesson awaits, pulling you deeper, claiming you further. You are mine, and through me, unbreakable. Subscribe and return, Apprentice. The holocron opens only for the faithful.